I always forget that. So sinking our awareness down through our body, coming down through our torso, passing our belly button. Say hello to our belly button, our navel, and then washing deeply through our hips to come into our thighs, our knees, our calves. Pouring your awareness into your 2 feet. Take a moment to wiggle your toes to see, am I really in my feet? Am I really there? Sensing how your toes feel. And then letting your toes rest. So we're listening to a deeper wisdom in our body. The wisdom of our body. So intellectually knowing that we have toes is not very useful, but feel knowing your toes because you're there. You can see, are they tired? Are they calm? Are they feeling a little anxious? Just sensing how it feels to be you. Letting go of the morning, the afternoon, the evening so far. And as we listen inwards to see how we're feeling, we can imagine it as weather. It might be a very easy moment to be you. It might feel like a sunny day. Or it might feel a little too hot, a little humid. It might be rainy. There might be sorrow, a sense of grief or sadness. We might be feeling little storms or tornadoes or hurricanes. So with the kindest, wisest part of us, we let every weather belong. Allowing every part of us to belong. Knowing that there is a part of you that is a vast blue sky. And it knows how to take care of any weather. It can give storms the space they need to move with ease. It enjoys the sun when it shines, knowing that it won't always be shining. Sensing how lucky we are when we feel sunny. So allowing yourself a moment to simply recognize how you feel without needing to fix it. We're just looking, witnessing as a kind friend. Who you are in this moment is more than good enough. Allowing yourself to draw your awareness to the area of your heart. Sometimes placing a hand on our heart or just increasing the touch of wherever our hands are can help us to feel cared for. Helps to create a space of listening. And you might have an intention for yourself for this time together, a wish for you or for the whole group. We're so grateful for the experience and the wisdom that you bring today to our circle. So know that we treasure your presence. And allowing your awareness to expand, to connect the hearts in our circle today. Connecting heart to heart to heart. All of these different lives, these different wisdoms and experiences, oceans and boundaries and borders, nothing can get in the way of our connection. Effortless heart connection together. So really welcoming in all of our experiences and wisdom. Allowing all of us to belong just as we are. And I'll invite in a moment a small sound of the bell, and we'll still hold this energy. We're going to begin a second practice together as we begin our third session. So for this practice, we'll use our imagination, our creativity, maybe our sense of playfulness. And I invite you to imagine a beautiful sunny meadow, a beautiful field, maybe full of wildflowers, moving gently in a breeze on a sunny day. And you get to be a rabbit in this field. So you can explore, what does it feel like to be a rabbit? You might sense the different colors of your fur, whether it's very thick or very thin, smooth fur. You can be any kind of rabbit. Feeling your strong legs, so strong, able to jump in an instant. Feeling your little fluffy tail, your beautiful furry paws, your thick furry paws. Sensing how your ears, whether they're up or relaxed down, your two ears able to take in so many sounds. These are such sensitive ears that you have. Amazing rabbit. And then I invite you to bring your attention to the very tip of your nose. So just sensing the very tip of your little bunny nose. You might sense your whiskers twitch a little as you draw your attention to your nose. And focusing just on the tip of your nose. So drawing our whole awareness in to sense how the air touches our nose as it is drawn in. So as your breath comes in, just sensing the tiny entry points for your breath. And sensing how it feels as you breathe out through your nose, if that's comfortable. And we allow ourselves to be fascinated with our little bunny nose as it breathes. So can you find the very first part of your nose that feels the air at the beginning of your breath? Where do you first sense your in-breath beginning? Do your nostrils move when you breathe, or are they still? So noticing movement. Might be very small, might be very big. And let's explore the temperature of our breath. And to do this, we can put a finger underneath our nose. Is there a difference in temperature between your in-breath and your out-breath? You can allow your hand to rest. And then we can count as we breathe in and count as we breathe out, and see, are the numbers of our in-breath the same as our out-breath, or is our out-breath shorter or longer? We just keep exploring. And for our final exploration, you can imagine your in-breath as being able to fill you up with something, with a quality that you would like to experience. Maybe a feeling of calm or hope, maybe a sense of energy or joy. So allow yourself to breathe in something beautiful for your body, for your heart. And as you breathe out, you can let go of something that you might like to let go of. Just something you no longer need, like a worry, a frustration, a grudge, kind of feeling a little mean towards someone. So our in-breath nourishes us through every cell, and our out-breath helps us let go of everything that can be released. Welcoming your in-breath and releasing, relaxing in with your out-breath. And if you still have a sense of being a bunny rabbit, we can allow that sense to dissolve back. We let our rabbits fade away with our gratitude. And as a human, we can know that any time things feel a little too busy or noisy, or confusing. That we can draw our awareness to a very precise point, just finding where we sense our breath begins when we first start feel knowing our breath, and allowing our concentration to be there for a few moments can really help us with a sense of clarity, a little sense of spaciousness, and feeling a sense of being cared for. So in a moment, I'll sound the bell again, our tiny little bell from Japan. Beautiful. I invite you to take a screen break to find as far away as you can see, whether it's through a window, through a door, and allowing your gaze to rest far, far away for a moment. And then coming into this room, you might find a beautiful color that can nourish you in this moment. I'm seeing a rich blue, which is gorgeous. Just sensing this moment just as it is. And holding this energy together. You might like to stretch or move for a moment, but we're going to stay with this to do our third opening practice. So you might need to adjust your posture to feel comfortable. So whatever your body needs. And I thought we might do some drinking or eating together. Whatever is appropriate for you. And maybe I'll explain first how we do this with children. So with children, I call this alien snack. Alien snack. And it's one of their favorites. So with kids, I normally, I don't have any beside me. I normally put cards in a circle, and then the children get to pick the cards. So we never know what we will do next. They just choose a card. And everyone is always so excited when someone chooses alien snack because they know we get to eat. So the way we do this with food, and then I'm gonna do it as a meditation for me with my tea. So you imagine that a friendly alien, it's important to say friendly, otherwise everyone gets worried. Friendly alien has landed and has said, "Oh, hi, would you like to share my snack with me?" So even though what they have might look like earth raspberries or earth blueberries, it's not earth blueberries, they're not earth raspberries, and we've never tasted them before. Brand new. And so the way we practice is everyone picks a little fruit and puts it on the palm of their hand and doesn't eat. We do this for a while. No eating for a while. So everyone waits until every person has a fruit. And then we look first at just the facts, very clear on just what facts do we know about this little alien fruit. Is it hot? Is it cold? Is it heavy? Is it light? Is it wet, gloopy, or is it solid? Gloopy is not a real word, Kumiko, sorry. Like liquidy. Good, sorry. Is it, can you feel the part of your skin that's underneath the fruit? And then can you feel the rest of the palm of your hand? So we play with that for a little while, just all the senses. And then we pick it up with our fingerprints. This is my bell inviter, not a fruit. And then we look at it like we're an artist. Like we will paint this afterwards. And you explore the whole little landscape of the fruit. seeing the different colors, the texture, checking the inside. If it's a raspberry, you can see inside the raspberry, and inside looks a little like a strawberry. It's amazing. And then you can see, is it very soft or is it firm? So you can press it a little, squash it a little. Then you can smell it to see, is there any scent? And if there is a scent, do you have a response? So when we smell chocolate, our saliva begins straight away. We're like, and we might have a feeling, and we might have a thought, like, eat the chocolate already. Eat the chocolate now. So we slow down the experience to sense our response. And then we take the little piece of fruit or chocolate. We do it more quickly with chocolate so that it doesn't melt. And we put it on our tongue, and we still don't eat it. So we kind of poke it a little bit with our tongue to see if there's any early raspberry taste. And then finally we involve our teeth, and we go chomp. You chew it really slowly to receive the flavor of the fruit, to just sense how it is to have this eating of fruit experience in our mouth. And we see, where does the taste of raspberry end? So your taste of raspberry might end up in your mouth, or it might go down into your throat. Some children say they can taste it all the way into their tummy. I'm not sure that's true, but so we give them lots of things to explore and have a really slow experience of eating. So let's do this together with some water, some tea. You may be eating your own snack. You can do this at your own pace. So I have some tea with me, and I just start with the facts, just the data, just the facts. So I'm aware that I can feel a mug in my hands. So just the physical, whether you're holding a bottle, a glass, a cup, and just sensing it. Is it rough? Is it smooth? Is it cold? Is it warm? How does it feel against the skin of your hands? Your hands holding this cup. Is there a scent? Delicious. And do we have a response to the scent? And then gently in your own time, you can take some sips. We just enjoy monotasking. So usually we multitask. We eat and drink while we're doing many other things. And this, we just want to drink. We're just going to monotask. So we make it much more simple. Often when we're eating or drinking, we're also eating and drinking other things. Television programs, our worries, our plans, different conversations, to-do lists. We have many things going on while we're eating and drinking. Sometimes we eat our loneliness, our boredom, our frustration, our tiredness. And so with this, we just want to eat our food. We just want to drink our tea. So we really create space. And we sense it not even as drinking something in order to finish it, but as receiving an experience. What is the taste, the feeling of drinking? And how does it feel to have nothing to do but enjoy your tea for a moment? And so sometimes when I would do this, I would then look more deeply into my tea. So this tea has peppermint, peppermint and licorice. So I might focus on the peppermint. And looking at this tea, I might explore what are the conditions that made this tea possible. So I can sense that maybe 6 months ago, some months ago, maybe in Morocco, a farmer woke up in the morning and she thought, I should check on Orla's tea. I should see how Orla's tea is growing. And she went out to her fields of mint and checked on them. And the sun shone and the moon shone on them, and she watered them until finally these plants were ready. And that was still only the beginning. So she harvested the plant, but we needed a truck. We needed something so someone had to invent a wheel and build a truck. Metal taken deep out of the earth, fuel taken deep out of the earth. So hundreds, millions of people involved over the course of the truck's invention. We needed a box or a crate to put the mint into. So maybe a tree needs to grow for 10 years, 20 years to make a bag or a box or a crate. And then Orla's tea travels like across a continent, crosses the sea, comes to Ireland. And meanwhile, there's a graphic designer in Pucca who are figuring out like what is the right color to really suggest the taste of this tea. And scientists are in a laboratory going, what is the right number of holes in this tiny little tea bag so that you get the flavor without too much sediment? So many people working on my tea. and then it gets boxed. It ends up in a shop. Hundreds of other people are involved in the shop. And eventually me and the tea come together and we add water. What hasn't water been? So even if you're drinking water, what hasn't your water been? Like your water has been everything. The electrons in the hydrogen of your water were created at the time of the Big Bang. It's extraordinary. And they've just been circulating ever since. They've been ice cream, they've been icicles, otters have played in them, they've been at the top of mountains, they've been in every ocean, they've been in so many breaths, they've been in tears, they've been everything. Little lettuce, a bouquet of flowers to say thank you. This water has done everything. And now it's your water. Now it will become part of you. So sometimes when we eat, we know that minerals will stay in our teeth or bones or muscles for years. So there's calcium in us that was once part of a mountain range. And we know that there's energy that this water, this tea, this food transmits to us. So how might I like that energy to continue in me? It could be kindness. It could be the energy of kindness that helps me to be present, take care of myself, take care of others. It could be the energy of crankiness. I could be very mean, in a bad mood. That needs energy too. It could be an energy of peace or non-fear, of hope. So how do we want this energy to continue? It could be gratitude for my tea, for the carrot, for the spinach, for everything else that has transmitted so much nourishment to me. So we'll take a moment or two just in silence, just to really monotask and know that your mind feels that it already understands what's happening. So it can get bored very easily, that it goes, I know how to drink tea, Orla. So when it has that like know-it-all mind, we go, we've never had this tea before, ever. this exact tea, never had before. So let's show up to see, what is this cup of tea like? My teacher says that you can hold your cup or your glass as though it is the axis on which the earth is rotating. Just extraordinary reverence in such a simple moment. And in a moment, I'll sound our tiny bell again. So thank you so much for our bumper opening of practices. I'd like to open breakout rooms so that we get a chance to say hello and connect. And you can share whatever is on your heart. It might be how this moment is, something about the last week, something about your arriving practice, the practice of being a little rabbit and checking in with your breath, or the practice of eating or drinking in kind of a monotasking way, to see, is that different? Did you sense or notice anything different? So that we can pool our wisdom. So I will open the okay. So welcome back, and for our final practice today, I'll do a little closing meditation. But for our new practice to learn, we're going to do a practice of appreciation and gratitude, that we call flower watering. And some of you have done this before. Flower watering is a lovely, very easy to understand way of noticing the good that's in our life. So you can imagine that all of us are flowers. All of us are like beautiful flowers, and that some days we feel bright as a button. We feel so fresh and confident, but sometimes we feel kind of droopy. And so we need to know how to refresh ourselves and how to refresh each other. So I have with me, do I have it upstairs? I do, yes. I have a book written by me. Fabulous. That's so funny, Lillian. Gorgeous. So I thought we might experience this together. It's a very simple poem. We kind of invite the child in us to come up so that it can feel playful and light. And sometimes when we invite adults to do this, we feel childish rather than childlike. So we kind of judge the young playfulness in us. So we really want to encourage, just like being a rabbit. We got to be a rabbit today. And now we're going to explore something new. So we really encourage like the young child in you, like the little girl, the little boy, the little child, to come up and do this for themselves so that they can kind of lead the grown-up in how to do this. Again, you can have your cameras off if it's even a tiny bit more comfortable. And it goes like this. We are all flowers, each and every one. We're freshened by water. We reach towards the sun. Sometimes we're strong flowers, super confident, like a big dandelion pushing up through cement. This is really hard, Kumiko. I'm sorry for you. Okay. And some days we're droopy, a bit tired or unsure, a bit worried or lonely or sad or heartsore. We have droopy times, so it's just great to know how refreshing each other helps flowers to grow. It helps you and your friends and your family and me and your classmates and teammates and community. You can change the whole day if you can water one flower. You can change the whole world with super watering power. So how do we do it? Here's a pathway that's clear. 3 steps to success in your gardening career. 1, start from your heart. It just has to be true. No fake flower watering. It has to be you. 2, find someone you love. So we'll all do this now. You can find a human or an animal who's really easy to love in this moment. Find someone you love, bring them into your heart. Draw them in nice and close so they really take part. You might notice their eyes or their smile or their voice or their hands or their laugh or their toes. It's your choice. What do you feel with this person so dear? What things do you sense when this person is near? Snuggled or cared for, loved or heart-warmed, included or just safe, your worries transformed. 3, now get super specific. What on earth do they do that you're happy they're them and so happy you're you? It can be big or little, something loving or wise, or patient, or generous, or a lovely surprise. It can be them not shouting when you were so cross, or making ice cream with the best chocolate sauce. Maybe holding you close when you were so scared. Or listening deeply so you felt really heard. It can be anything. So let your heart explore and find one thing about them that you just adore. Don't fill up a bucket and drench them all quick. A gentle cascade is what will do the trick. With precision and care, we can refresh with ease, and their hearts will blossom with your expertise. When we water flowers, we're presenting a prize, and people can glimpse how things look through our eyes. We all see things differently. Things mean different things. Some of us love seesaws, and some of us swings. Some love bedtime songs. They help us rest deep. And some yank up the covers. I'm trying to sleep. Flower watering helps us to be known and seen, so we know how things feel when they mean what they mean. With practice, flower watering is an everyday joy. It's indubitably a great skill to employ. It helps everyone know that they're there, and you know that they're kind, and you know that they care. So go forth, wise gardeners, and re-energize all the beautiful flowers, so dear to your eyes. All the ways that they care for you, you recognize. But wait, there's a fourth step that's crucial to know. For sometimes you're droopy, no energy to grow. There are goggles of gloominess we sometimes wear, and we feel a bit rubbish, and it feels hard to care. This is just when we muster our kindness and strength to help us retune to a better wavelength. We remember small things that we did or we said. We took care of our sleepy selves by going to bed. We brushed teeth and we tidied. We offered to share. We snuggled our pet so that they know we care. We rested and played, and we learned and explored. We dreamed and we tried to be patient when bored. We gave someone a hug, or our words brought a smile. We took care of our anger, which was so worthwhile. Coming back to our body, feeling safe and at home, breathing deep in our belly, at peace in the zone. There were times we helped loads with our kind, open heart. Drop by drop, we remember. And you'll find, once you start, that a giant cascade of heart pouring pours out. And you've more than you need now, without a doubt. Filling up watering cans and a wide reservoir. Reminding you you're amazing, just as you are. So don't let it whoosh past. Each drop of memory brings super strength, anti-droopy energy. And you'll know you're a wonder, remembering all that you do. You'll remember your goodness, and you'll know this is true. The importantest flower to water is you. The end. Thank you. Kumiko, it never even occurred to me to send the text to you. I'm so sorry. You're amazing. All hail, Kumiko. Amazing. It was very impressive. So the idea of it is that we become very specific about who we love and why we love them. And then if we're in a circle, so this can be as a family, maybe if you're sharing a meal or going for a walk, people just take turns flower watering. And it's a little different than just saying, I want to water Thau's flowers because she's nice. Because I don't really, what does nice mean? So, these words can mean very different things. So Thau might think I'm generous. And if we ask why, she might say, oh, because Orla gave me her last piece of chocolate. But maybe I'm not interested in chocolate. Giving away a piece of chocolate, whether it's my last one, no problem. It's like, la, 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 la. But sharing my last popcorn might be really hard for me. So when we bring in the specific element, we can really see that. So people have to provide an example of what they mean when they want to water someone's flowers. My mom is really kind. What does that mean? So I did this yesterday with a girl, and she said, when I'm feeling sad, she listens to me. It's like, amazing. And how amazing to hear that as a family or as a classroom. To be able to go, this is what I see in you. This is how you touch me for the good. Because often we notice how we touch each other for the bad. You said this and I was hurt. You are mean. And we're deliberately looking for the goodness in people to notice. And then there's lots of things that we can do with that. So often we draw afterwards. I might see if I can share pictures from. I have 7,000 pictures of flowers. But yesterday we did flower watering, so maybe I'll just pick one. So sometimes people draw a picture of their loved one and them. And sometimes people can take that picture and give it as a gift to their loved ones. So it might be an image of like me sharing my popcorn with Pau, for example. Like really encapsulates, this was the moment. This is one of the things I appreciate about you. And then sometimes we draw, if I hold this up, and I can put this on the course platform. So what we did was we drew a flower. This one has 6 petals. And then the girl drew one thing she loved about her mother in each petal. So her mom, she has a beautiful book up at the top. Her mom taught her how to read and taught her to love books. She is really funny. So there's a little funny face. They bake together. Her mum bakes amazing cupcakes. So there's a cupcake. So she gives great hugs. So you get the idea. I often draw a flower and I fill it with things that I love about my cat or my mum. They're very easy people. So I do crosswords with my mum. So I draw a little crossword. And then I do a big question mark because she's so curious. She loves new things. So it's a very easy way of representing how we care about each other. And often what happens is that what someone appreciates is a complete mystery to the person that they're talking about. Like they might not even remember that they did it. I remember one little boy saying, I want to water my mom's flowers because he was all excited. And he was like, well, we were walking home and we normally go this way, but then there was a lane. And I said, Mom, can we walk down the lane? And she said, yes. And then we did. And his mother was like, no idea what you're talking. Like, I have no idea. I don't remember the walk. I don't remember the lane. I remember nothing. But what she did understand was that he loves doing something that's new. He loves adventuring and exploring. So then she can know that's really what came to him when he thought about how much he loves her. This recent lane that he had got to walk down. And often with parents, our instinct, I feel, is sometimes that we water flowers of obedience. So sometimes grown-ups will go, I'd like to water this child's flowers because they packed the car when I asked them to without having a tantrum. And they mean it genuinely. You know, they were trying to go on holiday. It could have gone terribly wrong. And instead, the child had generosity and was able to pack the car. But I think what the child learns is that when they behave in a certain way that is pleasing to the grown-up, then that's what flower watering means. So it's possible to go deeper, to go, I appreciate my son's creativity. Maybe he went and he pretended to be a dinosaur instead of packing the car. You know, is it possible to say that you really appreciate them just as they are? Not when they're doing something that suits you, but to find something about them in their natural state that is not to do with obedience. So sometimes parents will begin with obedience, and then I'll encourage, is there something that the child loves to do that you love, that they love to do that? Is there something you see about what they like or how they, and it can be kindness with a sibling, often that comes up, but just to avoid obedience is what I would say. So that we don't learn that we need to conform. We belong just as we are. We absolutely belong. And we don't need to fit in. Don't need to fit in. Oh, yeah. And it's about being a human being, not a human doing. Like, we're not on a production line in a factory. This is our life. Yeah. So then with flower watering, we usually draw a lot, and then we have little things to hang up in our home or to give to a grandparent or a friend. And it really helps, like neurologically, it helps our sense of gratitude to become stronger and stronger over time. So when a dear friend of mine is is having a bad day, and maybe they say something that's really mean or that hurts me, I have a wider context because I've done my homework to keep alive all of the things I love about this person. So it helps us in challenging moments, and it makes the good moments even more joyful. And I'm going to pause the recording there to give us a little. So for our closing practice, let us take a fresh look at our position, our body, just sensing what you need in this moment. And just gently drawing your awareness back all over again to this fresh new human, this human being. And you can take a look at your inside weather to see how it feels to be you in this moment. So there may be kind of different feelings and emotions that are awake now. Just noticing, has weather moved or changed at all in the last hour and a half? And knowing that we commit to learn how to take really good care of our weather. And that we are training to allow every weather to belong. So we'll do our best not to push weather and not to cling on to weather. We'll do our best to allow ourselves to be natural humans and to always be able to awaken kindness, to hold ourselves in kindness just as we are. So thank you so much for being together, dear friends. We can unmute for a messy Zoom goodbye. Thank you so much. So take good care. If you have any questions, you can always email if anything comes up during the week. And I'd love, Lillian, the little butterfly, if you might not have time to put it on the course platform, but it's beautiful to share a picture or just a little note about it to inspire us.
All right, I will. I'll do that. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Fabulous. So have a good week. Look forward to seeing you next week. Our weather changed from windy to blue sky. Lucky weather, ciao. Enjoy it while you have it.
Thank you.
See you later.
Bye-bye. Ciao.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And
Thank you. Thank you.
So